When most expats, digital nomads, and retirees think about moving to an affordable place, countries like Greece, Portugal, Mexico, Thailand, and Spain usually come to mind. These countries surely are inexpensive than the US, Canada, or most of Western European nations, but they are still not so budget-friendly, as most of these nations are packed with crowds in their active tourist seasons. Hence, the living costs doubles, or in some cases triples, in their high tourism months. Therefore, in this video, we have listed some of the most off-the-radar countries to live cheap, as these countries don't receive high traction from seasonal crowds, so the living costs rarely fluctuates. Hence, one can easily live rather well on a dedicated small budget. Although some of these countries may lack certain first-world luxuries, those earning in stronger currencies like the US dollar, pound sterling, or euro enjoy greater purchasing power, making it possible to access contemporary conveniences without stretching their budgets. So, here are 12 cheap and underrated countries to live in 2025. Number 12, Curacao. With an estimated population of around 165,000 inhabitants, Curacao is a small and lesser-known Caribbean island located off the northern coast of Venezuela. Variously ruled by the Spanish, the Dutch, and the British, the island has a unique take on Creole culture. Those colonial influences blend with indigenous and African customs to create a beguiling mix that can readily be seen in the vibrant capital, Willemstad. Moreover, the social scene in Curacao is a delightful mix of local and international flavors. Thus, it is very easy to integrate in the local society here. In addition, the climate is pleasant all year round, thanks to its strategic position outside the hurricane belt. While the cost of food and imported goods can be higher, access to affordable housing, services, and transportation helps manage expenses. Currently, a median budget of around $1,600 to $2,100 US is required to live comfortably. There are many different types of visa and residency policies tailor-made for retirees, expats, and remote workers. Collectively, all of its various residency or long-term permits entails the applicant to demonstrate financial self-sufficiency, secure a local address, and provide standard documents like a background check along with a health insurance. Number 11, Montenegro. Sitting on the Adriatic Sea, Montenegro is a small country in the southeast of Europe, next to Croatia and opposite of Italy. From the stunning UNESCO World Heritage sites to its crystalline beaches and deep cultural heritage, this Balkan gem offers a unique and captivating experience. Despite its famous areas like the Bay of Kotor and Budva Riviera being touristic, the country feels less crowded and expensive in comparison to nearby Croatian coastal towns. Besides the main hotspots, its coastal city of Bar and the town of Olsztyn is the preferred choice for those seeking tranquility on the Adriatic. The living costs varies across the country, with its coastal part of Kotor being the most expensive, with median living sum going as high as $2,500 US a month, whilst its capital Podgorica and the city of Bar being very affordable with median monthly spending, including rent rarely exceeding $1,600. The quality of life here is also very decent. One can experience the local cultures, along with all the modern conveniences in any of its urban localities. The country offers a diverse range of visa and residency options along with a robust local property market. Number 10, Uruguay. Much smaller than neighboring Argentina and Brazil, Uruguay sits humbly on the east coast of South America. In the last few years, travel to Uruguay has been increasing in popularity, with its small fishing villages being transformed into luxury beach destinations. However, that does not mean it is highly overcrowded. As a matter of fact, even in peak seasons, most vacation rentals remain empty, because only a minuscule amount of foreign national, particularly digital nomads, visit this South American gem. Beside tourism, there is a small number of expat communities centered around its capital Montevideo, and other retiree groups can be found in coastal areas like Punta del Este. The cost of living here is generally fair, but it can be higher than both of its neighboring countries, Brazil and Argentina. This is mainly due to the quality of life, healthcare, and the safety index in Uruguay being very high in comparison to others in South America. Furthermore, it's very easy to obtain a retirement and remote workers visa here. In most instances, the only requirement for the applicant is to demonstrate a monthly income of just $1,200 from elsewhere. Number 9. Lithuania. Often overshadowed by its neighboring Estonia and Latvia, the country of Lithuania is the largest and most southerly of the three Baltic republics. However, it boasts an intriguing blend of history, culture, and natural beauty, unlike anywhere else. Its capital Vilnius is filled with impressive Gothic and grand Baroque buildings, while Kaunas, the second largest city, is a bulwark of interwar modernist architecture. Beside the urban adornments, over 35% of the country's surface is blanketed by woods, and in combination with 30 national parks, along with a 90-kilometer-long pearly shoreline, thus the great outdoors is always within reach. Many young workers relocate to Lithuania for its beautiful natural scenery and attractive work-life balance. The cost of living in Lithuania, including rent, is almost 47% lower than in the US. Hence, those who earn from back home can reside here on a tight budget. On the downside, it boasts a relatively mild climate that ranges between maritime and continental. Hence, it is not famous among sunseekers. Number 8. Chile. Encompassing a narrow strip of land in South America that spans 2,700 miles long, Chile shares borders with Peru, Bolivia, and Argentina. With vast changes in latitude and a location that's sandwiched between the snow-peaked Andes Mountains and the Pacific Ocean, Chile's climate is extremely diverse. Beyond its unique topography and stunning nature, the country also showcases a rich cultural heritage spanning music, art, astronomy, film, and literature. Its quality of life index, along with the healthcare system rating, is quite high, and it has one of the fastest growing economy in South America. With jobs in fields ranging from mining, natural resources, high tech, tourism, education, healthcare, and design all growing, expats and digital nomads are being recruited in a wide range of fields. Plus, entrepreneurs and investors are welcomed here, as its government encourages overseas investment by mitigating lenient tax rates and applicant-friendly residency criteria. Roughly 90% of Chile's population live in its cities and bigger towns, with Santiago being the most populated. Apart from the capital, its coastal gems of Valparaiso and Viña del Mar are perfect for sun-drenched living, whereas the Lake District of Porto Montt is the most affordable for long-term living. Number 7. Bulgaria. Situated on the eastern portion of the Balkans, directly south of the Danube River and west of the Black Sea, Bulgaria has strategic access to the Turkish Straits and controls key land routes to Europe and to the Middle East. For those seeking an affordable place to live and work remotely, Bulgaria should definitely be on top of the radar. Although it's not as appealing as some of the other cheap countries in Europe, it surely is better in terms of cost of living versus quality of life. Its economy also offers jobs in sectors like IT, manufacturing, and tourism, supporting a strong job market and a lively expat community. But then again, the unemployment rate is still rather high, so only qualified expats can secure high-paying jobs here. Its Black Sea coastal stretch is an excellent destination for an affordable summer retreat, while the capital Sofia offers inexpensive residence throughout the year. Rent for a one-bedroom apartment in the city center averages around $400 per month, and basic groceries are very inexpensive. The median monthly spending to reside rather luxuriously in any of its major coastal area or in Land City equates to around $2,000 to $2,500 US. Number 6, Georgia. Cramped in between Europe and Asia, Georgia is a transcontinental country with a population of 3.8 million. The country always stays under the radar for most budget-oriented digital nomads, thanks to its breathtaking scenery from the Black Sea to the valleys of the Caucasus. It exudes an exceptional cultural heritage, an unrivaled sense of hospitality, affordable living, and a favorable tax system. But that's not all. The country is one of the best jurisdictions in Far Eastern Europe to start a business, open an international bank account, or to work remotely. The country grants a remote worker visa to anyone having a monthly income of $2,000 or savings of around $24,000. Its capital city of Tbilisi is rated as the best city for young digital nomads. One can explore local cuisine with the many restaurants all over Tbilisi, enjoy the fun nightlife, find affordable and comfortable accommodations, and join the many international communities. Its seaside city of Batumi combines tradition and modernity, featuring a charming old town center to glitzy skyscrapers and newly built high-rises. When it comes to safety, the crime rate is very low. As a matter of fact, according to a recent research carried out by Numbeo, it has the 20th lowest crime rate out of 148 countries. In addition to the crime rate, the cost of living even in its capital city is very affordable. Most digital nomads can easily reside between a monthly budget of $1,600 to $2,000 a month. Number 5. Albania. Fostering a strategic location along the Strait of Otranto linking to the Mediterranean Sea, Albania is surrounded by beaches and mountains, hills and valleys, rivers and lakes. The beauty of this country goes beyond the eye of the beholder. It has transformed from one of the poorest countries in Europe to an upper middle income country. At first, moving to Albania might seem a bit unorthodox, as most of its local residents often opt to move out of the country. The main reason for its local populace moving out is the lack of employment opportunities. Nonetheless, the country is implementing important reforms to revitalize growth and job creation, while advancing the European Union integration agenda. But anyhow, those having a fixed income or pension from elsewhere can live lavishly on its coastal stretch. Even in its prime resorty cities of Sarande, Durrës, and Vlorë, median spending per month rarely exceeds $1,700. With the ability to live lavishly without depleting one's resources, Albania presents a unique opportunity for those seeking an exotic, affordable, and comfortable lifestyle in a nation on the cusp of a brilliant future. Number 4. Sri Lanka. Sitting just off the southeast coast in the Indian Ocean, Sri Lanka is a small but diverse island nation with plenty of charm. Despite its rich cultural heritage and natural beauty, it remains somewhat underrated as a place to live, partly due to past economic and political challenges. However, the country has shown remarkable resilience and recovery by making great strides in implementing measures to stabilize the economy. Expatriates, retirees, and digital nomads from around the world are always welcomed and feel safe in this tropical retreat. With affordable living expenses compared to Western standards and a pleasant climate, Sri Lanka is attractive for both short-term visits and long-term residency. A variety of visa options, including residence visas, permanent residence visas, and independent means visas, provide accessible pathways for relocation, making it an increasingly compelling destination for those seeking a comfortable and enriching lifestyle. Living costs, even in its touristic seasons, remains low, with rent starting from $450 to $600 per month for a 2-bedroom apartment or freestanding house in any of its urban areas. Whereas, prices for goods and services are also considerably lower than the likes of other similar scale islands. Number 3. Cambodia. When considering relocation within Southeast Asia, countries like Thailand, Vietnam, and the Philippines often dominate the conversation, leading to increased costs and overcrowding in these regions. In contrast, Cambodia offers a budget-friendly alternative that should not be overlooked. Here, simple comforts become affordable luxuries. For instance, hiring household help or dining out regularly is financially feasible. Those seeking upscale living can find modern apartments equipped with rooftop pools and gyms for approximately $500 to $700 per month, while modest studio apartments are available for as little as $200 monthly. Beyond affordability, Cambodia presents additional advantages. Obtaining long-term visas is relatively straightforward for most nationalities, with options to extend stays through various visa types. While the country's infrastructure is still developing, many expatriates find adapting to life in Cambodia to be a smooth transition. The relaxed pace of life allows for outsourcing household chores, enhancing overall quality of life. Though choosing an emerging nation involves certain trade-offs, many find the rewards well worth it. Number 2, Bosnia and Herzegovina. Despite its rich cultural history and largely unexplored vistas, the country of Bosnia and Herzegovina has always been one of the least visited and explored in Europe. Being one of those places that has remained a bit of a secret amongst travelers, and the country is hoping to change that with a reinvested interest in bringing digital nomads and visitors by offering various visa incentives. Living costs here are the cheapest in the continent, and one bonus is that there really isn't high season here yet, meaning there are no price increases depending on the month you visit. While buses, roads, and rail within the country are developing, access from nearby neighboring countries is pretty straightforward. Many come from neighboring Croatia, Montenegro, and Serbia for a day trip. There are a few other airports in the country, but its capital city Sarajevo is by far the biggest and most popular option for travelers coming from further afield. There are many different towns and cities with a diverse range of activities and terrain to choose from. All of its main cities and localities are safe, and crime against foreigners are pretty rare, with only petty crimes like pickpocketing being reported. Number 1, Tanzania. Tanzania is the largest country in East Africa, and its island of Zanzibar is one of the best destinations for internationals. This island has been gaining lots of traction among remote workers seeking a tropical retreat that is both cheap and scenic. Many foreign nationals have even invested in its local real estate market, as the country has recently allowed overseas buyers to take full ownership of commercial and residential properties. However, residing here is not preferred by everyone, as the island is not a happening place, so evidently, there is no active nightlife or party scenes here. Nonetheless, those seeking a place to unwind and relax by the beach will enjoy a tranquil lifestyle on this island. On the flip side, the new and developed section of the island is very crowded with visitors hailing from Scandinavia, Australia, and even the United Kingdom. Its numerous sandy beaches, luxury resorts, delicious cuisines, as well as the interior forested areas all add to this fact. To top it off, it is ranked as one of the safest islands to live in Africa, with more and more people deciding to move here for retirement or just for a change of scenery.